the idea now, the original idea by the Mexican government was that these people would come in and become Mexican citizens. And they would populate the northern part of Texas and protect that for which country? Mexico, right? They don't adopt the customs. They don't like what the Mexican government's telling them. So they rebel and they form the Texas Republic, right? Or the Republic of Texas, excuse me. Okay? So they're invited. They take the tax breaks, they take the land, and then they say, see you later, Mexico City. Thank you. Or Texas. Thank you. Maybe they say thank you. I don't know. Probably not. They go. Okay? So, a man named Stephen Austin. Okay? Stephen F. Austin. The capital of Texas is what? Austin, named after who? Stephen F. Austin. It's also Stephen F. Austin University, all that stuff. He's one of the guys who attract people there, right? He's an empresario. And now he starts to form his own government. He says, you know what, if we're going to rebel, we need to do so in a very, very peaceful manner. We just need to form our own government. So he models it after governments in the East. And he's arrested by who? Mexican government, because he's doing what? Trying to form his own government, right? I mean, you can imagine if somebody was seriously trying to form their own government in Big Fork, and they're going to try to cede Big Fork from the rest of the country, they'd probably be called crazy and get arrested, right? Yes.
Isn't there a bunch of groups around the United States that still
Tons. We'll talk later about the Independent Republic of Kinney, which we drove by on Friday night. You guys ever seen the sign for Kinney by Mount Iron?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Kinney, in the 1970s, declares independence from the United States. And they start making their own passport. It's kind of a joke, but kind of serious, bad economic times. We'll read an article about it. And they used to have like Kinney Independence Days, right? But yeah, there are groups in Vermont and Tennessee, all these places that want to break from the Union. Okay? Stephen F. Austin's arrested, gets out, and forms an army. Smart man! Because he knows that, yeah, he's not peaceful anymore. He knows that what's probably going to happen to him again. Probably going to get arrested. Good. Okay? So, in San Antonio, you have the Alamo. You guys probably all heard of this before, right? The Alamo, anybody seen the Alamo?
Yeah.
How big is it?
It's not that
Small, right? It's just like a little white building.
tiny share.
Yeah, it's not big at all. At this time, there's really no government in Texas. There's really no organized army. People have guns and things like that. But basically, they're fighting for Texan freedom, for the Texas Republic, right? You have former U.S. citizens, which should have been Mexican citizens, and now they're Texas citizens, right? They want to be free. There's basically a siege at the Alamo, okay? This guy right here, writes a letter that pleads for help from the U.S. government and other Texans to help their cause at the Alamo because they're fighting for Texan independence. Okay? Famous letter, not so famous a guy, William Travis. Well, if you're in Texas, he's pretty darn famous. A picture of his letter is right here. I know you guys can't read that, but basically he's talking about what's happened at the Alamo. Come help us, all that. I'm hurrying up here. And what happens? A very small number of Texans. There are some famous guys who fought in the Alamo. I'll give you extra credit if you tell me who. I don't want to tell me right now. You can write it down. Okay? So, a very small number of Texans or Texan Americans, whatever you want to call them, pulled off the Mexican army, killed about 600 people. The Alamo eventually falls. Those who survived, those who made it and weren't killed later, were all women and children. And now, the Texan War for Independence becomes the Spanish American War. And the rallying cry for all those fighting becomes what? Remember the Alamo, right? Remember those 13 brave men, not 13, but remember those brave men who held off the vicious Mexicans for hours. Remember the Mexicans they killed, how they were fighting so fiercely for their independence. Remember them as we go forth and fight, okay? So now it comes from a Texan War of Independence to the Spanish-American War. Holy cow, how much land is that state? A ton. From present-day Louisiana, from the west border, or the western border of Louisiana, all the way to California. That's what's up. Holy cow. Okay. Will San Juan, the Battle of San Juancito. Yeah, no, that wasn't copy and paste. Put that up for me so I can see it. This has kind of been referred to as the siesta battle. But anyway, Texans caught Mexicans at a moment of weakness. Kind of a surprise attack. A lot of them were napping. Didn't fight very long. They took a handful of prisoners, killed some more. And you see the battle cry really for the first time. Remember the Alamo, right? So these are people later on. As the war goes, okay, Mexicans withdraw. Texan becomes not part of the United States, but their own republic, right? Okay, we're moving quickly. They're the Lone Star Republic. 1845, the annexation of Texas occurs, and they become a state. Now the question is, how much of a part of the United States are they? They've been their own country for about 9 years, right? Trading a lot with us, but trading with the Mexicans as well. Are they a state? Are they not? Where do you draw that line? We're going to stop there, and I'm going to be quiet. Right, Buck? Good with you? Bad with you? Okay.